Hi everybody, can you see me? I've got everything on the keyboard here. Hi, my name is Marlene Moore. Welcome to our half hour of piano technique for today. This is the Back to Basics piano method, and our method is based on love, achievement, freedom, and fun. Part of the Back to Basics method is that it's going to be fun for parents, fun for students, fun for teachers. The books are available at jwpepper.com, myscore/Marlene Moore. I will leave that sign outside about where you get the books, and I hope you enjoy the video today. Our video is going to be about piano technique, especially to do with more advanced technique. And I thought I would talk with you first for a couple of minutes about this book that we haven't talked about yet. This is called Recital Pieces for Piano. This happens to be book 2, but there is a book 1. Book 1 is primary and low intermediate. Book 2 is intermediate to low advanced. These are all pieces that I have composed, and a lot of teachers use them for recitals. This is one they really like, the Bass River Rag. It's lots of fun. They like that one. There are some upbeat pieces in here, some very romantic pieces, and some that are halfway in between. This one is called Seagulls. That type of piece. Do you see the seagull formation? If you can see that on your screen or not. They look like seagulls even on the notes. Solitude is pensive. I guess you would call this a pensive piece, written in G major. There's not time to go through the whole works. I just give you the highlights for today. Sorry you can't see my head, but it's I've got the camera focused mainly on the keyboard for today. At the dancing school, 3 flats, lots of fun. Really clips along. These make great recital pieces. Children love them. Teachers like them too. I had a teacher play this once at the end of a recital. It's called Tangos. Everybody loves a tango. And is that it? Yes, I think so. I think that's the last one in there. There are approximately 35 pages. And book 1 is for the younger ones or the less advanced ones. But I hope you'll give this book a try. Again, it's available at the Pepper site, JW Pepper. Also, while I'm at it, lots of teachers have found a great deal of relief from performance anxiety with my newest book, which is called Performing Without Fear. 220 pages, large print. If you have stage fright or performance anxiety, as they call it, or if one of your students or a lot of your students have performance anxiety, this is the book for you. I used to have terrible stage fright when I was younger. I figured out how to get through it. And that's what this book is all about. So if you want to know how to get through stage fright, this is the book. Again, it's available at J.W. Pepper. I hope by now everybody has one of these, Note Finder, invaluable tool, and one of those magnetic boards or a dry erase board is also good. Very, very handy for teaching all kinds of sight reading and sight reading games. Hope you have that one. Okay, let's talk about piano technique. Piano technique for the children and for adult students, as well as for yourself. At the beginning of each of the Back to Basics piano books, and there are 10 of them for the curriculum, it tells you which scales to teach. But other than that, this is up to you. And you know, every student is very different. Every student progresses at a different rate. So I hope that you will take this today that I'm showing you as sort of your homework to make sure that you can play all of this so that your students can learn this too. The primary grades are easy, but later on it gets a little bit trickier, We all need this. Some people are violently opposed to hand exercises. I'm certainly not. I grew up on them. I cut my teeth on them. I don't think we have to be fanatical about them, but we need to practice them. This is probably the most economical book because 60 exercises are in here. And unless you're going to become a concert pianist, you really don't need more than 60. I run through hand exercises. I do one a day, like vitamins. I just do one a day. And that's not that much to ask, just doing one a day. Second one. You know, after my children were born, and I was kind of rusty, my technique needed a boost. I hired a master teacher to come to the house. This is when I was in my 20s. And he asked me what I could play. He wanted to see where I was at. And I thought, well, I'll really impress him. And I played Rachmaninoff, Prelude in C sharp minor. And it's a very difficult piece. Time to play the whole thing, but I thought he'd be really impressed with that, and then we could do some really fantastically difficult kinds of technique. And you know what he said to me? And we're talking a master teacher who really knew his stuff. He said to me, "That's very nice, but can you do this?" Could I do that? Of course I could do that, and I did this. He said, no, 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 no. What I mean is, can you do this? Can I lift my fingers up? Lift, 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 lift. And he would stand there and say, lift, 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 lift. Lifting them up like little soldiers. I was mortified. But you know what? Within a year, my technique was spectacular. He knew what he was saying. We need to put a little bit of oomph into what we're doing. We need to make the fingers stand up. He also taught me this. I hope you can see this. The good old stretching exercise. Stretching the thumb and the two against the panel of the keyboard, right in front of the keys, and count to 5. Take the next finger, put that one up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're teaching these to children, make sure that you tell them to stop when it hurts. And yourself too. Don't hurt yourself, because this can hurt. It's really stretching these little webs inside of the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth finger, and these all stand up straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then give them a good shake and do this like this to get the blood circulating. That's a great way to start. And then of course do your left hand. Another good exercise is this. This will make your fingers strong. It will give them independence. That's what we want, is independence of the fingers. So I've got C to G pressed down, thumb plays 3 times, lift as high as you can, while holding all of the other ones down. I tell the kids, let's glue down all the fingers. Glue them down. Next finger, number 2, lifting it up as high as you can. Number 3 finger. Now, number 4 is that tricky finger because it's attached inside to the other finger. So sometimes I just do this. I take my left hand and let it help the other hand. And then go back down. Same thing with your left hand. Turning with the 5. This hand to help the other hand if it doesn't want to go up. That's what it's for. That's why we've got 2 hands. Okay? My students used to call this the torture exercise, but I prefer to think of it as push-ups. It's just push-ups. So what do we do for scales? All right, we do all of them. There are 12 of them. Book 1, it will be 1 octave, slowly, putting the thumb under. I can't stress that too much. Now, somebody asked me about the thumb. When the thumb goes under, you are not doing this joint. You're just doing the swivel. If you try to knuckle it and get this joint in the way, it's not going to work. It just goes under very, very naturally, like a little swing. Pretend it's a swing. Do you see that? Underneath while the other fingers are there. Somebody said, well, why do we have to do that? Because we really can't see that thumb. That's the whole idea. We really can't see that thumb when we're going fast. Watch. But it's under there. It knows what to do each time. So thumb under. Teach that right away, even when you get to the G. See? Thumb under again. There it goes. It knows its spot. It goes hiding. Heard that expression, all thumbs? I think a pianist must have invented that, because if you become all thumbs, that thumb's going to get in the way. Get that thumb tucked under. Same thing with the left hand, going under all the time. Okay, so by the time they've mastered C major in book 1 and C, G, D in book 2, they're on a program of being able to do these scales 1 octave. Then when it's time to put them together, they can do contrary motion. problem. Or if you like, take it and separate it. I like doing it one octave apart. You see how my thumbs automatically go under? They know that's their place. Alrighty, I hope you have a copy of this book, Scales, Chords, and Arpeggios for Piano. It's invaluable. I use it all the time, all the time, all the time. Similar motion scale, all of them. Cadences. When they get to about book 8, they can do it 4 octaves. Contrary motion. Separated by a third you can do if you want to, but I have never stressed that. And separated by a 6, you can do that if they're into advanced techniques. Double thirds are for very advanced students. I've only had 2 students that I've had to teach double thirds to. Most children don't get that advanced, that they're going to be doing that, hands together, 4 octaves. Triads we have to teach. Fingering is always 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3. Broken. Four-note forms will be about book 7, if they can reach them. Broken. Of course, I'm playing them faster than they should be because we're limited on our time here. But I like slow playing. I think slow playing is very good for all of us. Arpeggios. 1, 2, 3, thumb. Again, watch my hand slowly. Do you see what I'm doing? Swivel on the third. You probably know this, but maybe some don't. Swivel to get to the thumb. And it's not 1, 2, 3, elbow. It's 1, 2, 3, thumb under swivel. And over, swivel on the thumb. Alrighty, dominant sevenths. And dominant seventh arpeggios when they're in book 8. I forgot one, but that's okay. You can figure it out. And then, of course, the A minor, all of the same for A minor. And dominant and diminished sevenths of A minor, and so on. Here's a fun exercise for minors that involves all of the keys, and it gets your brain working too. I take C and I take the third down, 3 half tones, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that lands me on A. And so I take and I go in thirds all the way up. 1, like this. To do diminished sevenths. And then I go to the next one. And then in thirds. It's fun to do it with the pedal on. I'm going to go a little faster to show you. I hope you can see that. If you don't get this the first time, you can watch the video again, because this one is really good for teaching diminished sevenths to yourself and to your older students. talk and play. I'm just going to play. I think I use the pedal because it sustains the sound for me. Do that one hand separately first. And you're going up in half tones, all the diminished sevenths, thirds. So it'll be every second one. See that? So do hands separately, and then this one is going backwards, of course. Alrighty? Okay, enough on that. I hope you're practicing your what I showed you last time that I call scale chords. I also hope that you're practicing arpeggios, and I hope that you're practicing lots and lots of octaves. Have you ever done those? Oh, they're lots of fun. Boy, my fingers feel strong now. I'm going to show you up here. First, what we do is one on each key, two on each key, and then three on each key. You've probably done those, but here's where it gets interesting. The next one, start with your thumbs, both of your thumbs on each hand. This down. Start with your baby fingers in each hand. Now, start with thumbs only, going out thumb to 5. Particularly good for people with small hands, these octaves are. Okay, now baby finger goes to thumb in both hands. Baby finger to thumb. Now we're going 5, 1, 1, 5. And then 5, 1, 1, 5. 5, 1, 1, 5. Lots of fun. Have fun with those. Here's a warning though. Don't do them more than once a day, or you will get tendonitis. You'll get very sore in here. Don't do them more than once a day. One set of those is enough for anybody. When you are teaching those to your older students, make sure that you tell them this, because it can really hurt your hands. Octaves are something that have to be taught gradually, a little bit at a time. Okay, it's like spinach. You have to have one bite, and then the next meal have 2 bites. I don't know, maybe you like spinach. Whatever. Brussels sprouts. Okay, on with the next. I'm going to do octaves in my left hand and chords in my right hand, which I just call these chord scales. And I use the pedal too because it's just more fun, especially when you get into other keys. I'm doing everything in C major today just to be a little more expedient. Okay, so we've got E, G, C. I'm putting my baby finger on. Sometimes I'm using my 4th if I have to move to the 5th. All right, here we go. To do the baby finger, 2 notes here. I'm still using the chord of E, G, C. 4th finger. Now I'm going to do triplets. To do same triads, but I'm switching to my 4th finger here. Left hand is C, G, C, D, E, F, D, C. Going down, F, F, E, D, C, G, C. All right, let's try that same pattern this way. This C, E, G. They sound like little pieces, don't they? They really do. I hope you will try those. They're really fun. They're fun to do. Okay, peek. They're fun to do. Have a good time with those. If you have any questions and you are a member of our Back to Basics piano teachers group, be sure to ask them to me. If you're not a member, I hope you'll become a member soon. Okay, have fun, happy holidays, and happy listening. Bye for now.